When you get insurance on your car, all you're doing is protecting somebody's else assets. The vehicle is not you. It belongs to the bank. So all you're doing is you're insuring the bank. Okay, so now let's take that for example. You get insurance to protect your car or your house. The house belongs to the bank. The car belongs to the bank. So what you're doing, you're getting insurance to protect the bank. That's fine and dandy. Let's just put that aside for a minute. Now, you're protecting the bank by getting insurance on the house and getting insurance on the car. What about you? Who's protecting you? If you get into an accident, the vehicle gets paid off because you have insurance. So the bank gets their money. If the house get hit with a tornado, it gets completely demolished. The bank gets their money because you have insurance. That's fine. You're protecting the bank. Now, what about you? Who's protecting you? Do you ever think about that? Now you protected the car, you protected the house. Who's protecting you? Who's protecting you? You're in the hospital for several months. You accumulate thousands of dollars in bills. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't go to work, you can't produce a paycheck. What happens? What happens at that point? What happens then? What about you? You have zero protection on you. How about I offer you an insurance that protects you in the event something happens to you? Not the house or the car. It's you. For $50, you can secure $100,000, $200,000, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $10 million, depending on how healthy you are or how much money you want to spend every month. And one thing I want to mention, life insurance is not a contract. Hello guys, I want to say something about life insurance. Life insurance is not a contract. You don't get locked in. If you want to get life insurance for 1 year, you can do that. If you want to spend $50 on a life insurance a month, you can do that. If you want $1 million coverage, you can do that. Also, the most important thing, the money that you receive from life insurance, it's tax-free. And also, you don't have to die to get that. In the event of an accident or sickness, life insurance pays you. That's why I recommend it for drivers. If you're an Uber or Lyft driver, I highly recommend starting a life insurance policy. Turn off your Netflix, turn off your HBO, and use that money to get a life insurance policy that will pay you $100,000 to $300,000 to $400,000 to $500,000 to $600,000. You decide the coverage, you need to decide the amount. Text One Life to 910-447-6508, and I will personally reach out. Best of luck. Life insurance pays tax-free. Life insurance will pay you while you're alive in the event of an accident or sickness. I also want to mention something, that's very important. I want you guys to understand the point that I'm going to make right now. Banks, they're the financial institution that you go to every single day because you rely on them to park your money because you believe they're the best place to go to. The bank they hire the best lawyers, the best attorneys, the best accountants, the best financial advisors. They have the best of the best. You know what banks do? They buy life insurance on their employees. over $200 billion. I'm just rounding the number off. It's a lot higher than that. The major banks that you go to every single day, the people that you trust your money with, they have life insurance on their employees. Wouldn't it make sense for you to have life insurance? Banks raise money, protect money, they invest money, they hire the best investors to grow their money, and they think life insurance is, excuse me, I apologize. They think life insurance is a good place to park their money. I want to mention something also very important that doesn't get brought up very often. So many banks went belly up and bankrupt in the recent financial collapse, or whatever you want to call it, during the 2008 but no life insurance company ever went bankrupt. Maybe there's one in 100 years, but just if you look in the past decade, there's, I don't know what the number is, but it's all over the news. Banks are closing down all the time. And you know what the banks do? They put their money with life insurance companies because they know it's a secure place to park their money. And I'm offering you guys that option. For $50, you can secure $250,000, $500,000. Hello guys, I did a video a couple minutes ago explaining how investing $50 into a life insurance policy could save you as a rideshare driver, Uber or Lyft. You have insurance on your car. If you get into an accident, you get a new car, or the car gets paid off. What about you? What if you're in the hospital for several months? What if you can't drive anymore? What's going to happen to that paycheck? Instead of ordering pizza for $50 a month, or use it for entertainment, Netflix and HBO and so on and so forth, take that $50, put it into a life insurance policy that will pay you $100,000 to $500,000 to $1 million in the event of accident or sickness. It's very simple. And logic conversation. This is not very difficult. You'll receive that money tax-free in the event of an accident or illness. You'll get that money while you're alive. A day or two later, you'll have that money. You invest $50, and your ROI, or return on the investment, is $100,000 to $1 million. You decide how much you want to spend a month, and you decide how much coverage you need. This will be the best investment you ever made. 910-447-6508. Text One Life to that number, and I will reach out personally today. Best of luck. Don't wait till tomorrow to start your policy, because your health could change and it may cost a lot more. Best of luck. $1 million a year. I apologize. For $50 a month, you can secure $1 million policy. So why are you hesitant about getting a life insurance policy? It's paid to you tax-free. The banks are doing it. Like, in every way you could possibly look at it, life insurance is the best way to park your money. It's tax-free money. The word tax-free doesn't exist anywhere else when it comes to investment. It's the best tool to invest your money with life insurance. Banks are doing it. And the banks think, or not think, know 100%. The proof is over $200 billion in investment in life insurance policies. If the bank is investing over $200 billion, doesn't that give you an indication of success? Leave clues. If the bank is investing billions of dollars, not millions, it's billions with a B. If they're investing billions of dollars in life insurance, wouldn't it make sense? I mean, it's logical. It makes sense, yeah? If the bank's investing billions of dollars in life insurance, the banks are doing it. Wouldn't it make sense for you to do it? For $50, imagine putting in $50 today in a life insurance policy. In 2-3 months, you get into a car accident or some kind of accident. You fall off a ladder or whatever happens, walking down the steps, and you hurt your back. Excuse me. And the life insurance policy pays you $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $10 million, $50 million, depending on what policy you pick out. The younger you are, the larger the face value can be, and the lower the monthly premium. I am a big fan of Dave Ramsey. I promote term life insurance policies because what it does, it gives you the largest face value, which is the coverage with the lowest monthly premium. I want to work for my clients in the sense of, like, say today you might be able to pay, say, $10,000 a month on a life policy. But what about 20, 30 years from now? Are you going to still be able to pay $10,000? So it makes sense to start a policy at a young age, at a small price, at a lower price. A couple of days ago, I was talking to this lady, and I was telling her that I started a policy for this young girl. She's 26 years old, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's 26? What is she doing getting a life insurance policy? We're not gods. We don't know when we're going to get sick, or we're going to get into an accident, or when we're going to die. Nobody knows. You could be, when I was in high school, I remember several of my friends, I don't want to say several, but couple of my friends died during high school. Nobody knows when your time is up. So if you can protect yourself, if you're a high school student and you get a $2 million policy for, say, $50, which is very possible, you could do that. Call me, I can set you up with that policy. And that policy is locked in for life. It doesn't matter how old you get or how sick you get. Your policy is locked in. I want you guys to think about that. It's tax-free money. It's a lottery ticket that you're going to cash 100%. I mean, like, just give up the Netflix, give up the Starbucks, give up your latte, give up all your expensive meals. Not all of them, you know what I mean? We're talking $50. You just give up a couple of them and invest it into a small insurance policy. It's actually not a small, it's giant, because you're going to put in $50 over here, and that $50 is going to turn into several hundreds of thousands of dollars, or several of hundreds of millions. It could be 10, 20, 30 million dollars. The younger you are, and for those of you guys that are listening, I don't want to say the word guys. I want to say, for those of you that are listening, that person that's listening, if you feel like you're old and you don't qualify for that giant policy, I still think that you should get a policy regardless, even if it's $250,000. 250,000 can really make a huge difference in the event of accident or sickness. But one thing I want to mention is if you get that policy on your children and you name yourself a beneficiary, if your children are, say you have two children, a boy and a girl, or whatever the situation, maybe it doesn't matter. Girls always get the better rate because they're not crazy as we are. We're very impulsive creatures. Men are like just whatever, but women are more, they're less risk takers than we are. The point is, if you got two children, for example, and you spend $100 a month and you get, say, $2 million policy on each, so that's $4 million, and you're spending $100. Think about that. $100 is going to give you $4 million. Your child could get sick. Your child could get into an accident, and that child could have $2 million each in protection waiting for them. So as a father, you can take them to the best hospitals. You can take them to the best doctors. You can have savings for them. You can take time off work. You can quit work to take care of your children. You can take care of yourself. It's very simple mathematics. I was listening to Charlie Munger, which is Warren Buffett's partner. He recently passed. I respect him very much. He have a very interesting outlook on life, and his philosophy is something I respect very much. One thing he promotes very much is don't live over your mean, and don't try to spend more than you have, basically. And he said he didn't plan to be a billionaire. It's just something that he grew into. And he when he was born, he grew into the depression, the poverty time. So he was able to, I don't want to say the word save, because you can never save yourself into wealth. That's something I totally agree with. But again, I don't want to I don't want to stay off topic on this conversation. Listen, guys, I don't want to say guys, I keep saying that. Listen, the person that I'm talking to right now, you, if you spend $50 a month and know that you're protected for $250,000, $500,000, $1 million for $50, that's like buying a pizza. $50. And you're protected. No one has to die. You can get the policy today, and a couple months later, a couple years later, you might get sick, you might get into an accident, and that money is available for you. Tax-free. You can use it however you like. You can literally just take that money and go on a vacation. You can just take a cruise and travel the world. You can use the money however you like. It's your money. You use it however you like. If you want to pay off a mortgage, if you want to put money aside for college tuition for your children, if you want to make sure your spouse is taken care of, you can use that money however you like. It's your money. But all that can be resolved. Oh, I want to say something before this video ends. It's something really, really important I want you guys to pay attention to. I always gotten AAA membership, the Auto Club. And it's $100 a year. I always get the premier service. I get it for me and my children. And my children use it quite often, whether it's flat tire, whether it's losing the key, whether, excuse me, just small, children are children, whatever. It happened to me a couple of days ago. I had a flat tire and I had to call AAA and they came out. But anyway, for $100 a year, $100, it's the premier service. It's the best Auto Club service you can get. I see people on the side of the road trying to change a flat tire. When I was a little kid in high school, my one of my teachers' son was trying to change a tire on a side of the highway, and he was hit by a vehicle, and his son died. All that could have been prevented by $100 a year membership. When you protect yourself, insurance is there for a purpose. It's designed to protect you. The system is actually working with you if you know how to use it and utilize it. But a lot of us, I want to say something too that's really interesting. I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki podcast earlier this morning, and he was talking about how he got picked up by an Uber driver, and the Uber driver recognized who he is and mentioned to him that he purchased the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, which Robert Kiyosaki wrote. And he said, I haven't had time to read the book. That's very embarrassing for you to say that to somebody. Like, you're just saying, I'm going to continue on being an Uber driver. I'm going to continue on making mistakes every single day. And I'm meeting with the guy that's a multi-billionaire. And I'm going to say, I don't have time to read your book because I have to do my Uber driving. Going back to the point that I'm trying to make, it's the mindset. It's the decisions that we make in life. You spend $50, you have $1 million policy. You decide to do Uber, not read the book and protect yourself financially, and you lose onto so many different opportunities. It's mindset. 95% of the population don't understand what really is necessary, required. It's not that hard. It's just a mindset. It's, you spend the $50, you get protection. You read that Robert Kiyosaki book and you become a billionaire, and so on and so forth. So it's a mindset. Change your mindset. Life is not complicated. Simplicity is a sign of maturity. You don't have to go out there and just fight and do the 9 to 5 and do that soul-sucking job that makes you miserable. Like, why are you making it so difficult on yourself? I'm offering you a very easy solution. I am a professional broker. I'm offering solution. I'm offering you the best solution ever. If you get injured or sickness, you have $1 million or $100,000 or $250,000 waiting for you. 910-447-6508. Text One Life and I will reach out today.